Welcome back to the Sunday Dinner Chef. I'm Tom. I've been invited into a collaboration from international foods from around the world, and today we're going to be doing hashtag tahdig, which means bottom of the pot, the way I understand it, and it's food from Iran and Persia. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be making lavash bread to go along with kubada. Now, lavash bread is flatbread. I've been making it for a long time, didn't know it was called lavash bread. But the kubada means ground meat, so a little different than a kebab, because kebabs are with solid meat. So this is going to be fun. I'm going to be making this flatbread, which I made before and never knew it was called lavash bread. So let's get started. Sit back and enjoy this, because you know what? I did. Into the food processor is 2 cups of bread flour. I also added 1 teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of yeast, 1 cup of warm water, and I'm going to knead this inside of the processor. You can do it by hand, but it seems to go a little bit faster for me. And then what's going to happen is I want it into the sticky state. And what's going to happen is I'm going to put some bench flour, and I'm going to knead it. First I got to get it off the blade. And then I'm going to knead it, form a ball into a container, a little bit of olive oil in there, and I'm going to put the lid on it, and it's going to sit for a couple hours. Wow, look at them air pockets in there. Oh, that's beautiful. All right, I'm going to take this out of the bowl, put a little bench flour down. I'm going to just tighten it up a little bit because it does have a lot of olive oil on it. Cut it in half, and I'll save 1 half. The other half I'm going to roll into a semi-log, cut it in half, and then I'm going to just start portioning out some different sizes, pretty random. And what we'll do is we're going to get ready to make this lavash. Okay, now like I said, to make these perfectly round, there's no need for that because it just eats the same. A lot of people break it apart and pick up the food that way with it. But the whole process of this is to get it as thin as you possibly can. Now I have a flat pan here, no oil, no nothing on it. It's a non-stick pan to begin with, but you can also do this in cast iron. It works fine. I've done it 100 times. Now, the whole idea is, like I said, to get it as thin as you can, and we're going to probably come out with maybe 8 to 10 of these nice flatbread lavash. Kubada, which means ground meat. But first I'm going to start off here with some heavy cream. I'm going to be adding in a little paprika and also some oregano, Mexican oregano. This has a great flavor. And also I'm going to be adding in a little bit of red wine vinegar just to give it a little tang to it. So I'm going to blend this up, and then what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to be cutting up the onion. That's going to go into the food processor also. I want that as fine as I can, and I'm going to be cutting up some peppers. This is also going to get diced up and put into the mix in for the ground meat. All right, I have a couple small skewers, and what I'm going to be doing is I'll be quartering the tomatoes. They're plum tomatoes. Also, some mini bell peppers, and they're going to get put onto them small skewers. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to be dicing up a couple other peppers that are going to go into the mixture of the ground beef. Now, traditionally, they use lamb, or you can use beef, today we're using some beef, and we're going to start putting this whole thing together. About 1.5 pounds of ground beef. Also, I'm going to be adding in the onions, the garlic, and the peppers. That all together until it's all well combined and sticky. On the electric grill, the indoor electric grill, I have the kebabs on with the tomatoes and peppers on metal skewers. And what I did was I took green onions and 3 together and put them bamboo skewers through them. Now that just makes it easy for me to turn, easier to handle. Now I'm going to be putting the caboodle on. All right, now I didn't have any skewers for this. You usually need a flatter skewer for that, for the meat to hold on to. All I have is very thin ones. So what I did was I just put them on. We're going to freestyle this. So the aromas are like unbelievable. Okay, we're going to be plating this up pretty soon. Would you just look at this? Look at the colors of this. Unbelievable. The aromas in the house. I wish you could just reach into the screen here and make yourself one. All right, I'm going to put this together here. I'm going to use all the ingredients here, and also I'm going to be putting that sauce that I made from the heavy cream that I whipped up with paprika or Mexican oregano and just a little bit of hint of red wine vinegar. All right. Wow, 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 wow. The bread is delicious. Okay, the Lavash bread is fantastic. Now, I'm going to take a little bite of it. Off the charts. Listen, I'm going to thank everybody for inviting me in here. Okay, this is fantastic. Hashtag tahdig, okay, which means bottom of the pan. I'm going to get to the bottom of this plate. I don't know how you say that, but now, there's a lot of other people who are involved in this collaboration, and I will leave their channel names down in my description box. Please check them out. This is a great collaboration. Foods around the world. I mean, you can't go wrong. Listen, I am Tom. I am the Sunday dinner chef. Okay, I appreciate it, and make sure you check everybody else out and check into hashtag tahdig. Thanks, everybody. Stay safe.